And we are back. We are back. Okay, we finna see, if motherfuckers will let me do my thing. As of now, we only have to worry about Saber, who is up and full of energy and want me to run around this bitch and play hide and go seek with him, and I'm not. Okay. Um. So we back. If you just joining, if you didn't catch the first live, because it was a couple of comments on the first live, I am no longer on Facebook. Okay, the new page I just made, um, they took that motherfucker to yesterday. All right, so at this point, I am officially bigger than the program. Saber, hush your little ass mouth. Okay, and yeah, that's it. I'm not even finna try to sneak on there no more. I'm just finna, I've outgrown it. I'm bigger than the program over there, child, and I ain't finna keep fucking playing with them. I ain't finna keep playing with them. So no, I am no longer on Facebook as of now. I'm just in my chat, and I be on like I'm checking threads out because they had tried to, put me on punishment the other day because I was dropping some real ass shit over there because that's what I do. Um, so right now I don't even know where I'm finna be at as, like for sure, because like I say, I've become a signal and it's grounded on earth, and they ain't nobody gonna really want me on that shit for real, for real, for real, for real. So, and I get it. As I was sitting here, I had ordered me a little sausage and biscuit, y'all. It had came and I had to eat because my brother having a block party today, and I need to eat good because I'm going to drink even better. All right, all right. And so while I was eating my sausage and biscuit, and I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I know why they don't want me to, get on these motherfuckers and talk my shit, because how they misconstrue everything with religion, how they instigated this goddamn split between the masculine and the feminine and made a whole damn thing about it, and it wasn't even like that. It's ridiculous. And I done made it to the ends and the beginning at the same time. Saber, shut up and get off the playpen. You go in it, not on it. Anyway, okay, anyway, I miss y'all too. I ain't finna argue with Saber ass. This is what we not finna do today. He wanna tear his pen up. I bet y'all buy you another one. While you on it, it's not a damn bed. Get off of it. Damn. Damn, this man is really bad. I just... the fuck? Like I was saying, as I was sitting here just contemplating, I realized why they don't want me, what truth they don't want me to put out. And because I'm definitely finna put it the fuck out. All right. And it's basically the inner war between the masculine and the feminine, the outer wars between the masculine and the feminine, bro. It's all for nothing. But mind you now, I can't say that they lied. Well, they lied, but what they really did was misconstrue the whole damn thing and fucked everybody up, due to control. So imagine my shock when I realized it wasn't about the divine feminine being hidden. It was hidden all right on earth. You get what I'm saying? And how the father, the masculine, is the true hidden thing. The masculine is the true gem here that they never wanted motherfuckers to focus on. And so the whole Bible set up and shit, it ain't wrong, it's just wrong. Does that make feelings? Like, it's not wrong, they just switched up everything and just did some stupid ass shit. Like, that ass, it's been mind-blowing, y'all. It's been mind-blowing. It's not the divine feminine has always, it's earth. It's earth, right? It's earth. And ask me how I know, man. Literally my soul initiation, what I just went through, sent me back to the beginning of the time, back to the Big Bang, to where this shit first happened. And I got to see firsthand. It wasn't, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. Right? So it was the divine masculine that they wanted to hide, that they did hide for real. Because the divine masculine is divine order. So y'all know for years I've been on this original order shit. The original divine order. The original divine order. Right? I've been telling y'all, like, there's an original way to do things. There's an original way to be. And for somehow, I'm the code of that. And for somehow, motherfuckers didn't corrupt that. Like, nothing I've been through on earth thus far that made me lose that. Right? And so it was the divine order that they wanted to replicate. It was the Father that the Yaldabaoth and all the other gods or whoever, it's the Father that they wanted to emulate. Like, is y'all getting it? All right. It's the Father. Because a house with no father is a house with no order. And for chaos beings that feeds on disconnection, that feeds off of division, that feeds off of disconnectedness, a father not being in the household, a true divine masculine presence, divine order. Do you know what divine order is? Of course you fucking don't, because they never taught us about that. Right? Take away the father, and the woman and the child is left alone. The woman and the child, which is the greatest resources, which is the most natural resources, they lied about, man. It's so crazy, the unraveling. I can't even fit all this shit in one life. So just as there is a mother, there is an actual father. And it's not the distorted masculine as the God of the Bible is the toxic masculinity that has been patented to humanity as a module of expression. Right? It's toxic. And it's only toxic because the absence of the feminine energy. Because heaven and earth was disconnected. Man, that shit's so deep. Y'all don't understand what this means. Like, y'all don't understand what this means, bro. So that's why they want me to sit down and shut up somewhere. That's why they don't want me, because me being alive right now and not dead out my car is a physical representation of everything they was trying to say that was allegory. I've done it internally. Okay? So it's the divine masculines. But here's the catch. It's so deep, y'all. It's so deep because the masculine could not be received, or divine order could not be received if earth didn't remember herself. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like like, oh my God. All right. So this is what's being repaired right now. The energy between the masculine and the feminine within ourselves and outside ourselves. Right? Because you were born from a two-parent home. You were born from a two-parent home. You just was under the illusion that you was in a single-parent home. And while under the illusion of that separation and that division, you incur certain traumas and certain programmings that's not yours, and you can give it the fuck back when you're ready. Okay? You can give it back, and not the distorted two-parent home. Right? So they want people that's going to push the division or make the divine feminine greater than the divine masculine when it's a whole unit. One is not greater than the other. They are different and they lie. People don't even know how real masculine energy is expressed. And real feminine energy is expressed because the pure energy haven't even been expressed in fucking ages. Because what I've learned through my own unraveling and through the distortion of the collective, right? Masculine energy is presence. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not aggressive. Okay? It's none of what we was taught masculine energy was. And it's none of the shit that we saw expressed to us that's not masculine energy. So when you see how this shit happen from the spiritual, and when you see how certain agents that run the earth, you feel me? Like even the false powers that be, the patriarchy, right? See how they took everything and twisted it? So right now, what's meant to rise is supposed to rise. And feminines as the embodiment, right? Because the masculine is divine order and the feminine is the divine embodiment. And together you have the whole. You can't have one without the other, without there being imbalance. And things around this bitch done been imbalanced for too long, and that's why it had to fall. To be rebalanced. So it's the Father. They gave us they took us from the mother and buried and distorted the image of the Father. So we was orphans. You understand? We was orphans without no mother or no father. And without the mother and the father, the children are helpless. The children are prey for the predator. And that's what's been happening until now. And then in comes me and what I'm incarnated to do and what I'm incarnated as and how I've had to handle this. You know, I've been trying to complete this for a long time, beyond this lifetime. And it was something different about this lifetime where it had to be completed. This imbalance had to be completed in this cycle. And I've completed it within myself. And as within, so without. Right? Man. It's so much I want to say. Shit, it's so much I want to say. But realizing who I am and what I'm doing and the responsibility that I have, it's paramount. It's large. It's huge. It's really huge. But to see all this shit, like all these years, like everything was leading me up to now, y'all. Like everything was leading to this moment of completion and wholeness. I'm whole within myself. Do y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying? Like there's no distortion in my field. Like there's no distortion in my field. Like I'm whole, I'm home. Right? That means I remember myself, right? I remember that I'm the divine embodiment of the feminine energy on earth as I am in heaven. as I'm also divine order, original divine order. And so, ladies, y'all remember once upon a time I told y'all that if you couldn't follow your spirit, that you wouldn't be able to follow a man? That you wouldn't be able to follow a man? Do y'all remember me saying that? Do y'all remember me telling y'all that you wouldn't be able to follow, if you can't follow spirit, then you would not be able to allow a man to lead you. And no matter how much you be wanting a man to lead you, you can't do it. And I didn't even know how on the money I was, because I used to just be channeling a lot of shit, right? I didn't even know how much money, how much on the money I was, because the feminine energy is the embodiment and the masculine energy is the divine order that structures and contains that embodiment. So in order for you to receive a divine masculine, you have to be embodied in your feminine energy, bro. Who the fuck knew that? Who knew that? So you have to be able to receive. So it ain't that your masculine ain't out there. It ain't that. It's not that. You're not in the position to receive it, because true divine masculine energy, you have to receive it. You have to be open. You have to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to take in that, because that's what the feminine energy does. It draws inward. You weren't never supposed to chase no man. You weren't never supposed to step in the space of being a man. But even you stepping in the space of being your own masculine energy goes back to the beginning, when I, Sophia, right, wanted to step from heaven to know myself, right? I wanted to experience what it was like to just be human. Remember the story I've been telling y'all? This is the full circle moment. Why did I want to come here? Like, that's what, why did I want to come visit this shit? Like, why did I want to this, right? So full circling and realizing that I was the initial reason for the split, because I fucking wanted to come, and this is spiritual, y'all. This is some spiritual shit, but it also overlaps into my physical life. I've been living this fucking life, and y'all know I've been fucking saying it, right? I wanted to come here to, know this was even back with I remember the movie Soul, and I had, was thinking that I was still supposed to hold my divine position, but no, I came to earth to experience what it was like to know, to create, to learn, so that burden was on me. It was on the feminine. The feminine lost her way first, and we gotta own it. And that's why, amnesia, all that shit being, disconnected for so long, we forgot. That's why it's so hard for women to take accountability. And I know that sound crazy as shit, right? I know it, motherfucker, you don't want to hear that. All right, cool. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want me to shut up? Y'all want me to get out of here? Tell me to shut up, cause bitch, one thing about it, baby, I keep it to myself. Tell me to be quiet, I'll be quiet. That's why to this day, women don't like to take accountability. It was the feminine that wanted to experience itself. Just like I wanted to come, right, and experience what it was like. Like, I was playing this story out the whole time, bro. Like, do y'all know how sick and scary that is a little bit? Shit, this life ain't even my own damn life. You feel me? It's a continuation. So, by the feminine, by Sophia, me, wanting to know myself and know what it's like to be away from the whole, right? I didn't wait for the masculine to be like, oh yeah, let's go. Or yeah, let's do this as whatever. Tell me if this shit don't play like this in the physical, y'all. Tell me if this ain't how shit go and how women operate in the physical right now. When we want something done, whether it's a man there or not, what the fuck we finna do? We finna disregard what that nigga talking about and get it done. Am I lying? Am I lying? Look how this shit parallel. I could never make this up. Right? So by Sophia being the feminine, the wisdom, right? wanted to experience herself split, descended down to earth to see what it was like to live in separation, but she ain't never been separate from, right? So there was an ache or a longing, you feel me? Like never forgetting what it was like to be whole and, you know, kept and a part of something like that. It never left. So after, you know what I'm saying, ages and eons of, you know what I'm saying, being trapped here, being the earth, right? Splitting herself off, emanating, fragmenting herself, she forgot who the fuck she was. She forgot. That's the amnesia that everybody go through when they come here. I cannot make it up. How am I making it a line? It's that symbolic of the amnesia that she faced coming here. Only this time, for whatever reason, is this lifetime. I call it the Gyla tours. I didn't forget. I didn't forget this time. Like I didn't forget. I didn't forget, and I kept the original. Y'all remember my live where I was telling y'all that when I came, it was like something like a hair clamp or something, like, you know how your mama give you something to remember by, and I kept it. There was a code inside of me, right? And I came with the code, and I could remember the code, and I never let it go. And I never let this world take it from me. I never let this world tell me that it wasn't. I never, even though I was forced, my human was forced to participate because my mama and my daddy and society and all that, I still held that code, and I never let nobody touch that fucking code. And nothing that could have happened to me was going to touch that code, because somehow I knew that it was important. And that code is just the original divine order, how things supposed to be for harmony and unity. And so in our ignorance and in our separation, there became this resentment. And there are beings, because there's all sorts of beings that actually liked the energy of the rift, of Sophia forgetting herself and condemning or blaming the masculine for her, you know what I'm saying, for her forgetfulness and her aloneness, right? When the masculine is always, the divine order is a presence. And let me give y'all a fucking example of what I mean by how this play out in terms of just nature itself. When I talk about feminine embodiment, that would be like a river. The water itself, the properties of the water, the embodiment of the water would be the feminine. The masculine, the divine order behind the river is, yes, it flows with seemingly no direction, but the masculine present, the divine order and structure that contains it, which is invisible and unseen, makes it a river, contains it, structures it to be a river. So even though it flows seemingly to the naked eye as if there's no structure, you know there is, because there's patterns everywhere. When we talk about patterns and we talk about structurings and we're talking about containers, we're talking about the masculine energy, and that is a presence. And that's what they took from us, or didn't allow us. The presence of true masculine energy to be our containers and to contain us. And to be, you know what I'm saying, that presence. That's what pure masculinity is. Fuck is you talking about? Let me calm down. I got a little passionate. Whew. Got a little passionate about that. All right? So all this is what I had to create, like go within my, like I have been doing. This is what I had to stop freedom fighting for. Like this is what I had to, right? Even down to me emanating Charlie and creating Charlie out of distortion. right? All that is my whole physical life of Gyla Hagen was literally the whole life of the Sophia and Christ mythos. And that's scary as hell on the cool. Okay. That's scary. That's scary. And I'm glad I posted most of my journey. So a bitch can't dare say I'm lying or I'm making this shit up, bro. Right? So now what has happened by me creating the distorted masculine, by the initial split, it was up to me to, you know what I'm saying, bring the initial balance back into play. And so that's what I did within my own being with Charlie. In comes my twin flame journey, right? Because my twin flame journey, I had made it past my personal a lot of the past karmic debt by the time I made it to my twin flame journey, right? So by the time I made it to my twin flame journey, it was time for the big shit, integration, right? It was time, you know what I'm saying, to integrate. Twin flame, of course, represents the opposite. Come to find out that wasn't even my twin flame. Come to find out that was just an inversion, man. Whoo, shit. Now that was scary. That's scary. It wasn't my twin flame, it was a soul inversion. And come to find out that it's not a lot of twin flames because they can't get past the soul inversion part. And being a twin flame already rare. And then you add the soul inversion, meaning my twin flame, what I thought was my twin flame, wasn't my polar opposite. He was the opposite of my polarity. Do you get what the fuck I'm saying? So I'm a socket, right? I was a socket, but I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I was the distorted. So at that time, I thought I was a plug, right? So I'm thinking that he represented my, you know what I'm saying, my feminine side. And yeah, he was representing my feminine side, but I was a socket all along. So in reality, he was the negative version of the socket. Is y'all get what I'm fucking saying? Never in life did I see that coming. It's like being with your evil doppelganger. It's like fucking with an evil doppelganger. Right? That's what it was like. And most times when people get to the soul inversion, they mistake it for their opposite polarity. And so they spend so much time trying to get that motherfucker to step into the light or step into the shadow, wherever the fuck they got to step into. They spend so much fucking time trying to get them, and it just, you end up dying and having to keep on doing it, having to keep on integrate that into yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? Is this making feelings or not sounding sci-fi as fuck? Because that threw me. I swear that threw me. Do you understand? So, but once I realized, well, once I got the confirmation in the physical that he was a soul inversion, it all made sense. Because no matter what, in the twin flame journey, one reflects the other. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what I did, no matter how much I integrated, no matter how much I allowed him to trigger me and point me to the blind spots within myself, he did not budge. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he did not rise. I was supposed to accept the shadow. He was supposed to step into the light. You get what I'm saying? Merging into one. Right? I accepted my part. Right? So by me accepting my part, I get to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get to, it's like a game show. You get to advance to the next level. Right? So, mind y'all, I believe, I know in everything I teach and everything I say. And I believe in twin flames 100%. And I know that I am here to show motherfuckers what pure, original love and harmony and balance. I know I have an equal partner on physical earth as I am physical embodiment of fucking earth. All right? I knew that. I fucking knew that. So I was confused. Like, okay, so this can't be the twin flame journey, because what is this? What the fuck is that? Right? It is. It's just that's a very hard stage, and most people clunk out lifetimes. And how you clock out for lifetimes? You don't choose yourself. You make it about them. You make it about the person. And it just keeps following and following and following. Nah, I ain't got time for that. Just clear that out. Clear it out. So now where I'm at is I have attained wholeness. I have balanced out my distortions of the masculine. I have gotten my proper seat. I am online and I'm fully embodied in my feminine energy. And my masculine energy is healthy and it's noble. It's not hyper aggressive. It's not, fragmented. I brought Charlie back home. There's no separation within me. Like I don't recognize as a Charlie anymore. You know what I'm saying? So there's no other option but my whole reflection to reflect that, right? And that's what they don't want. So no, I don't have a distorted view of the masculine energy. And the apology to the masculine energy, right? That apology to the masculine energy, that was even before I realized I was the cause for it. Do y'all see how this shit? Stop playing. I hadn't even made it to the full circle moment of realizing that I was the cause. So I apologized before I was even aware of I really had a reason to apologize. Because and this ain't even just on no collective cosmic scale, because it's playing out cosmic as above and in my physical life below. I came to earth not liking masculine energy. I came to earth, that's why I created my own and fashioned it in my image, because I felt like I came here with the original knowing, but also with the resentment for split, the breakup. We gonna call it the big breakup. Women be tripping, don't we? Sometimes. Just be patient, right? The big breakup. Yeah, we're gonna call it the big breakup. Yeah. I didn't even know that I was, but I apologized because I felt like it was needed. And so now you can choose to stay, divided. You can keep on believing that it's somebody else or something else. Or you could, come home to yourself, right? It's up to you. But whatever you choose, that's what you're going, that's what you're going to experience. I'm telling you right now, motherfuckers free. Motherfuckers free. You can do what you, hopefully you can do what you want, but do it in wholeness. Right? Do it in wholeness, but I'm finna get me a church, man. Y'all gonna come to my church? I don't know what I'm getting my church here, but I'm finna preach this wholeness. Ooh. Y'all gonna come to my church? I get my church. Because remember I was talking about my church, but I'm pretty sure I could go word for word with the Bible now and actually point into some real life shit that I done fucking went through internally myself. Right? I'm willing to bet you. Let the church say, amen. Amen. Oh, oh. Listen, a win. Let the fucking church say a win, because I get it. I fucking get it. It was allegory. Everything is allegory. Everything is allegory. But in a human body, your human has to perceive it in some way to make it realistic. And that's what the stories and the characters and the visuals of the Bible was to do. And so people have got so set on those characters and that misconstrued story that they don't have time to go inward and see how it is allegory. Right? They don't, And then also though, I realized that this ain't even for everybody. We right now today, the people up in here represents a small collective, or the new residents of the original world. And that's what I've become okay with. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, and I understand that. But for who it's for, and you would know if it's for you. you're free. Some people ain't ever gonna be free because they're not supposed to. And you need to be making sure that you're not attaching yourself to those guys. Right? That's what you need to be doing. I'm not meant to have a large following anymore. And I think that was, you know what I'm saying, some of that last freedom fighting, you know what I'm saying, even trying to even stay on Facebook after I posted Jade thing, because I know I'm not for the mass collective anymore. And that it's a specific signal that I'm broadcasting, and it's for a, you know what I'm saying, a significant collective, and it's exclusive. So whenever I land or wherever I land, it's giving real exclusive vibes. It don't, you know what I'm saying, it don't give trying to like, I don't give a fuck about having a whole lot of followers. But then again, I ain't never gave a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, having a whole lot of followers. I just ain't never gave a fuck about that, because I don't, like, that means nothing, man. What is you doing? What is you doing? Like, I don't know. But that's it, because that's exactly what I was finna push on Facebook. They better been got me out. Because wherever I sit down there, bitch, I rock that motherfucker. Wherever I land at, I'm going to make some noise. You going to see about me, hear about me somewhere. You feel me? I'm in the ethers now. I'm everywhere like the air. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what a signal is? I'm everywhere and nowhere. Like, I'm like the wind. And I've been spending some time with the wind too. I am literally everywhere and nowhere. If I want to get something out to y'all, listen, I will fucking go outside, say it to the wind, and send it out into the wind, and make sure it gets everywhere. And I bet you it'll get there. This ain't just me running my damn mouth. Should we keep meditating on our heart? When you say meditating on your heart, what you mean by that? How does one meditate on your heart? And what you think that's doing for your heart? Because mine, y'all, since you talked about heart, and since I'm just up here rambling at this point, right? Let me run my mouth. I told y'all I had went and got before I walked away from my business, because I wasn't complete. The contract was over with. And I kept on trying to run the contract. And so when one of the health conditions that I was diagnosed with was a heart murmur, all right? Mind you, I ain't never had that now, goddamn, all right? So when I got diagnosed with that, I already knew what it was. Like, okay, all right now, all right. So one thing I realized with that is the organs are sentient. The organs are sentient. And the organs, okay? The organs need just as much attention and intention as the people in your reality. Okay, yeah. Yep. And once I listened to my spirit, and you know what I'm saying, I let the contract collapse. I walked away from freedom fighting. You know, I paid more attention to my, you know what I'm saying, I stopped fighting the process. I actually got in my body, and you know what I'm saying, allowed my interface to be restructured. I allowed all that. When I went back for my echocardiogram, it was no heart murmur. Not only that, it was like my heart was a child, and I was fucking seeing my child for the first time. And my heart was responding to me as it was excited and nervous for me to actually see it for the first time. And when I saw my heart and saw it beating on that screen, and the first thing I felt was, it's alive. Like, fuck, she's alive. And then my heart started talking to me telepathically. So boom, my heart, when I seen the heart on there, I was like, the first thing I thought was, I was like, hi, heart. And the lady that was doing it, she was like, oh, hi, heart. Like, we just started speaking to my heart, because clearly it was alive and you could feel it. And so it was like, shit, let me speak at least. And my heart started getting like nervous. to be seen and to be spoken to. Do y'all know what that means, bro? Do y'all know what that means? Like, that means that my heart was so excited to be recognized because I hadn't seen my heart. I didn't let nobody else get to my heart. I was so caught up in my spiritual shit that I wasn't in my body. My heart was just in that motherfucker dormant, wanting to be seen, wanting to be spoken to, wanting to be loved, and to be acknowledged that at that moment. That shit did something to me. That shit did something to me. Right? And so the lady was like, do your heart always race that, like beat that fast? I was like, she's nervous. She's nervous. And the lady was like, oh, I can understand it. So I'm literally telepathically talking to my heart now. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, we're good. I see you. And I got you. And literally on my mama's soul, my heart rate started going down. Going down. It was like, okay, it's going down. Okay, what you doing? Whatever you're doing, it's going down. It's going down. And literally, I'm having a conversation telepathically with my fucking heart. And my body started to, like, it started to show on the fucking, on the ultrasound. Do y'all know how profound that is, bro? And so the lady was like, you don't have a heart murmur. Your heart, like, your heart beats so loud, like your flow is so loud, and it's so loud that they were mistaking it for a murmur, but there's nothing. So my heart beating, like, that just made me feel like my heart's so strong, it's so loud, and wanted to be seen and wanted to be recognized. You know what I'm saying? And I just had been ignoring that motherfucker, bro. Just had been ignoring that motherfucker. And it's that fucking making that much noise. And I had to come get an ultrasound to be aware of it. You know how fucking disconnected from the body I was? Never again. Never again. Since then, I have, you know what I'm saying, like, realizing that I asked my heart what was her name and what did she want me to call her. And the name that she said was just crazy as hell, because I had already been breaking down how my middle name is just Eden mixed around. The letters just mixed around. My middle name, Gaila Deanne, is really Gaia Eden, right? And so when I asked her what she wanted her name to be, she said Eden, right? And so every, you know what I'm saying, mind you, I've always, even before now, if I had my fucking Facebook, I could post a picture because I love some scratch work, bitch. Don't play with me. I always call myself the Garden of Eden. When I take a picture and I got like some flower tones on, or like, you know what I'm saying, like I feel like just blossoming in myself, I always call myself the Garden of Eden. I'm the Garden of Eden. I'm the Garden of Eden. And not even really understanding why I'm calling myself that. So when she told me that her name is Eden, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, mind you, I had already talked to my inner child, and I had asked my inner child, because we was doing some inner child work in the chat, and I had asked my inner child, like, where did I leave her at? And she told me in the garden. Mind you, I've been obsessed with gardens all my fucking natural life. You feel me? Like gardens. When I was a kid, The Secret Garden, my favorite movie. Like, I'm obsessed with them. Like, this just, so for number one, my heart to say that her name is Eden. My inner child to say that I left her in the garden. Bro, the heart is literally the physical representation of the inner child. I've come to the conclusion. Your heart is your inner child. Right? And that's why when you tapped into your heart space, that's how the kingdom of heaven, the gates to whatever, that's how you have eternal life, in your heart. In your heart. Man, that shit crazy. All right, whatever. That's how. Okay? That's how. The heart is the physical representation of the inner child. And that's why when you are disconnected from your heart, when your heart isn't alive, that's how you lose your magic. And that's why on any magical movie, when an adult grows up, they lose their magic because they are disconnected from their body. They are trapped in their mind, in their routines, and it's disconnected from the heart. And they lose their eternal life, which is the inner child. Thank you. King shit. Type shit. Like any. Right? And so this is the thing with your mom. My condolences on your mom. And was your mom in her masculine? Was your mom overly masculine? Was she always, you know what I'm saying, was she overly masculine? Was she in her masculine for a long period of time? Because ladies, all right, being in your masculine for a long period of time is killing you. It kills you or drives you crazy, which leads to killing you. Women, it's important for you to, if you want, you know what I'm saying, exactly, wasn't meant to be masculine. Hi, Anaya. Is that Anaya? As women, right? We are the physical embodiment of Earth. And we do not run off the same cycles as masculine energy. And what masculine energies, you know what I'm saying, run themselves off of. But in the hijacking, in the amnesia of it all, right? Women took on the masculine energy. And the masculine took on the feminine energy. Right? So your body is not made to sustain masculine energy like it is feminine energy. That's why you got a girl car. And 100% of everything we do every day is 100% masculine. Most of us don't even know an actual pure feminine woman in our life, in the history of life. It's so far back. When you get down to the bottom of what masculine energy is, I've never met one in my life, save for myself now trying to, you know what I'm saying, relax myself into that space. They not feminine when we talk about what feminine energy is. And I thought that I was being feminine, you know, building my business and, you know, reaching my goals, having goals. And making money like that, and being the giving, providing, running shit, and you know, making sure everything's structured, holding everything together and shit, containing everything, structuring everything, guiding everything, forcing everything. You know, I thought that I was being a hell of a woman, but I was being a real man. I was being a real fucking man. Not one thing I was doing was feminine at all. When we talk about what feminine energy is and its pure expression, not one thing of me was feminine but my body. Right? But the feminine women in this generation make it seem like being feminine is having lots of money, having people cater to you. In a sense, it is. In a sense, it is. The feminine is meant to be worshipped. It's meant to be treated with reverence. Just how motherfuckers once treated nature with reverence and appreciation and love and respect and kindness and yielding. That's what you should do to a woman. That's what you should do to the woman. Because don't nature take care of what takes care of it? Okay. So now, most women feel like femininity is getting out there, you know what I'm saying, focusing and being ambitious and, you know what I'm saying, having these goals and out, man, I swear, masculine energy, feminine energy has nothing to do with none of that. It doesn't. Right. Yeah, but in a sense of only being with men who provide for you financially. But that's because, like, I didn't understand it at first when I was distorted. But a masculine man, they're there for provision. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a masculine man is going to provide. He's going to want to provide. He's going to feel like the man when he provide. Because when I was in my masculine, I felt real good about that. I actually wanted to provide for my people. Like, I like making money like that, to be able to give to them and to make sure they got everything and to make sure ain't no lacking. Like, it felt good. It felt like that's what I'm supposed to do. So a man that don't feel like that ain't a man. They still got some balancing out, and that's okay, because we all do at some point, right? But the feminine energy in its essence doesn't give a fuck about outcomes, goals, jobs, giving. Whoever said that giving was feminine was a lie. That's masculine all day. The feminine energy receives, it pulls in, it rests, it allows, it runs off cycles and rituals, not routines. And you get what I'm saying? See how far we is from that? As a whole, the woman as a whole. You have to get up every day, clock in, like you don't even get a chance to be a woman. You know? It just gives a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, just being. The feminine energy is not, so all the feminine coaches out there, all of what they're talking about, like, that is distorted. Like, that's not how that is. That's not how that goes. But you know, whatever sells around this bitch, I guess. But for motherfuckers that want real union, you want to really play out these, like, play that harmonious balance out in reality. Start within yourself. Like, fix your girl and your boy. Right? Fix your girl and your boy. And then also, ladies, you got to get back to yourself. Like, you got to remember who the fuck you are and get back in order first. Like, that's the thing. At first, when I first got with my twin flame or my soul inversion, like, it was about him for a little while. Then that shit started, you know what I'm saying? That shit started being about me. Right? I started allowing him to trigger me. Like, when he triggered me, I wouldn't run no more. I faced that shit in myself. What the fuck this got me feeling this way for? Why am I this? It stopped being about him and it started being about me. And I started to realize how much of an awful ass person I was to myself. You feel me? I started realizing how he was just playing out, how I was playing myself. Like, I really wasn't a good person to myself. And shit, you couldn't have told me I wasn't. So I needed that, because I thought I was doing something good. Right? Shit, sure could have fooled me. Fix your girl and your boy. Right now, should no relationship be more important than a relationship with your masculine and your feminine? That's so important if you want to live a harmonious life. You can't get balance outside if it's not popping off on the inside first. It's not about you. Like start seeing people. If you call yourself a chosen one and you trying to be a resident in original earth, and you want to be in wholeness, you need to start looking in the inside for all things. I don't give a fuck what it is. I didn't have the privilege of blaming nobody or nothing. So I don't give a fuck what but this is the thing. Like, when you want, you know what I'm saying, when you use motherfuckers as reflections, you need to be prepared. Nah. You need to be prepared. Because it's on you. And that's the responsibility that motherfuckers don't be wanting. Because it's easier to blame other people than to say, God damn, I might be a piece of shit. Right? So the next time I come up in here, whenever I come back up in here, I don't know. because I'm finna get ready and lay around. Because like I said, my brother block party is later on, so I gotta rest, drink some water and shit. And I know I want to talk more about how feminine embodiment and going forward with that, because I think it's so important for women to reclaim that. When people be talking about some women reclaim their power, I feel like this is what they talking about. So I definitely want to get more into the feminine embodiment from my own perspective, right? And also, before I go, follow me on Threads now. That's where I've been posting my little shit that I've been posting. Other than that, I'm in the chat. Is there any other announcements before I get out of here? And see, that's the thing though. Like, people don't be knowing when they triggered. And that's what I found out, like, even dealing in my chats. People don't know when they trigger. So you can really ruin some shit not knowing when you triggered. You feel me? Like, you can really, really fuck up some shit that's probably was good for you because you don't know that you triggered. Just because a person triggered you don't mean that they a bad person. Or that they ain't for you. Or whatever the fuck may be. Right? Always running from your triggers just mean that you ain't ready to see yourself. You ain't ready to come together, and that's okay. You can choose to stay divided. You can choose to stay split. You can choose to, you know what I'm saying, participate in that. But it ain't about the motherfucker that's triggering you. It's about what it's bringing up with you, because it needs to be resolved. You wouldn't feel a way if it was, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't meant to be seen and acknowledged. And that's where you got to be honest with yourself, because people love lying and shit. It hurt. Let it hurt. It made you feel some type of way. It embarrassed you. It made you sad. It made you whatever. Sit with that. Bring that out. Come here. Sit down, Shane. What you trying to tell me about myself right now? Don't just shoot shame away because it don't feel like joy. It could be bringing something just as important. It just don't look like joy look. But what it got for you is on the same level of what joy did for you. So that's what I taught myself when it comes to, you know, because when I, you know what I'm saying, when I was just in the spiritual realm, it was so easy for me to mentally compartmentalize and not allow myself to feel that shit in my body, bro. And that's just what I like. That's what my, you know what I'm saying, soul inversion taught me. Like, he made me feel shit in my body. Right? So I couldn't run from that shit. Like, it was so intense. I couldn't lie like the shit wasn't affecting me, because I felt it for the first time. Like, I'm feeling shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling shit, bro. What is this? Like, and it wasn't working. Like, normally I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Like, fuck a nigga. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Nigga, I don't give a fucking mean it. You feel me? And mean it. But I couldn't run from those feelings because I wasn't supposed to. Because it wasn't about what he was doing to make me feel that way. It was about, I had some unresolved old shit that was pressing on, that it needed to be brought to the surface to be cleared out the way so some new shit can get in its place. Okay? That's what embodiment means. It's in the body. We're not just shooing it off. We're not just distracting ourselves. Because I did that. I just distracted myself. I just was distracted with the mission and saving people and all that shit. So nobody up until my twin flame was able actually to get to me, even though they probably thought they you know what I'm saying, they did. Right? Nobody was able to. I didn't feel that shit for, like, in my body like I started feeling 2023. Right? It was like I was not, like, dormant, like I was like in a spiritual reverse coma or something. Right? So embodiment, what I have learned, it is important, because once I descended into my body and I stopped hovering in the spiritual around my body, and I was able to get in here with so much shit just waiting to be dealt with in my body, things that had got stored in places that I didn't even know I was storing. So I've been doing a lot of clearing out of my body. These emotions that you be shooing away, or when you get triggered. And you know what I'm saying, these people, it be those, like for instance, let's say your partner trigger you and your inner child start, you know what I'm saying, your inner child feels a type of way. And I just told you that the inner child is you know what I'm saying, it resides in the heart. So when you know what I'm saying, that your partner trigger you, your inner child gets activated, your heart start knocking, goddamn it, like the inner child hitting that bitch. So your heart rate start racing, you start having heart palpitations, you feel like you finna have a fucking heart attack, all because, and it seems bad, it seems scary, but literally and so you gonna be thinking like, oh no, I gotta get away from this motherfucker gonna kill me, this motherfucker gonna, no. Whatever your partner said or did that triggered that, showed you where that shit, that ouch was at, you just wasn't present enough to feel it. Now you felt it. Do something about it. And see, most times, because we're not aware of that, we'll think there's something wrong, create an actual problem, go to the doctor, get medicine from, you know what I'm saying, from it, and fucking calm the symptoms down, which is just calming the, pushing the shit down, and it never gets cleared. Okay. I had to drink a little water. Felt like I was preaching. I had to drink a little water. It felt like I was preaching, okay? So, you know, also paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like just, I used to tell my babies all the time, like, you a book. You should never be bored. There's always something to go within yourself. If you could just sit your ass down and stop distracting yourself with everything else and everybody else. Because you are your most important, you know what I'm saying, obligation or whatever. But yeah, I'm finna get out of here. Is that sort of like depression and anxiety in a way? Sort of. I would like to say depression comes from you not, like, you depressing or pushing down or suppressing like your like what your spirit wants to experience. That's what depression and suppression would be from my point of view. If that makes feelings. So nobody has to trigger you into, you know, nobody is triggering you into suppression and depression for whatever reason. Whatever you didn't subscribe to or believed in got you feeling like you can't express yourself how you want to, and by you not expressing yourself how you want to, that's the suppression. And all this suppression, instead of keeping it down and hiding and bearing it, that's the depression. And so as you continue to suppress and deny your spirit, you don't have enough energy for your car. And so that's how the body starts to, you know, get, you know, yeah. And anxiety is just different. It just depends on where the anxiety is coming from. Like whether alert is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different types of anxiety. So anxiety is normally a worry of future events. So this one's, or you know what I'm saying, not being in the present. So that's why following your spirit and doing what the fuck you want to do and following your joy and not giving a fuck what nobody else say is paramount. It's paramount. But I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay together, goddammit. I don't know, man. Follow me on Threads. My name on Threads. What is my name on Threads? I think it's the Grand Supreme, Godless Supreme. I don't know. It's Godless something shit. I'm on Threads. The next live, remember, I want to talk about feminine embodiment. I will only be on Threads or in my chat, because I ain't fucking with Facebook no more. I'm not on Facebook no more. I'm not gonna be on Facebook no more. Yeah, and I love y'all. Okay, bye.